So let's start our lesson. Hello, students.
Hello.
Glad to see you. Take your seats, please. My name is Evgenia Ivanovna, and I'm from the ancient city of Livny in Orlovskaya region. Many years ago, Livny was a merchant city. Do you know anything about merchants? Do you know anything? Merchants? No? Any ideas? No. So let's look here. Merchants were trading people who had lots of money, and they spent their money very wisely. So they were rich. And Livny was a merchant town, and Rostov was also a merchant town. And what about you? Have you got any pocket money? Have you got any pocket money? Sergey?
Yes.
Yes, I have. Yeah? And what about Sonia? Have you got any pocket money? Mm-hmm. Victoria?
No, I haven't.
I haven't. You haven't. And Anastasia, have you got?
I think yes.
Mm-hmm. The next question. Do your parents give it to you, or do you have a part-time job to earn some money? Elizabeth, do your parents give some money to you? Mm-hmm. What about Vladislav?
Yeah, my parents give me.
Some money. Mm-hmm. Denis?
Yeah, my parents give me money.
Nikita?
Yes, my parents.
Parents, give. Mm-hmm. And Kirill?
I have a part-time job, but my parents give me money.
Mm-hmm. And what type of part-time job? Isn't it a secret? Can you tell us?
No, it's not a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy profession, and I don't have a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
so my parents give me.
Okay. And the last question, are you a saver, or a big spender? When you go to the shops, maybe in your life, are you a saver? Would you like to save money or to spend them? Mm-hmm. Desvika?
Well, I'm more saver.
Mm-hmm. What about Alexander?
I think I'm stable.
And what about Sergey?
I'm stable.
Roman?
I'm safe.
Mm-hmm. Who are savers? Raise your hands. Savers. Okay, very well. And who are big spenders? Are there big spenders? What would you like to spend your money on?
I think I spend money
On?
clothes,
Mhm.
cosmetics,
Mhm.
tickets of concert,
Okay.
or a lot of
Other things, yes?
yes.
So Anastasia is a girl, so she likes to spend her money on clothes and different things like that.
I
Uh-huh.
have a part-time job.
And what is it?
Uh,
Isn't it a secret? Can you tell us?
I'm copywriter.
Mhm.
I write a text in internet.
Mhm. Do you like your work? Is it interesting? Isn't it sometimes boring?
Sometimes boring, but
It's a good way to save money and to earn money. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you very much, Anastasia. And now I think you are ready to define the topic of our lesson. Can you tell me, can you guess what is the topic of our lesson today? Who can guess? Kirill, can you guess?
How do people spend their money?
Look at these people. They are very young. Maybe, how do teenagers spend their money? Yes, that's right. Have a look. Have a look. On your desk, there are some booklets. Open them. We are going to work in them. And in the first page, write down the topic of our lesson. How do teenagers spend their money? Take your pens and write down the topic. We are going to work on these booklets. Write down, how do teenagers spend their money? Write it down in the first line. You can see it on the whiteboard. Write it down. This is the topic of our lesson. Are you ready? You may take away your booklets. We are going to turn to them back later. And now, I think that people all over the world spend their money on the same things. As for me, I'm a teacher, and I like to spend my money on self-development, like books, magazines, and on family traveling. And what about you? What do you like to spend your money on? Vladislav, what do you like to spend your money on?
I like to spend my money for clothes.
Close. Can you come to the blackboard and write it down? Can you come? Come, please. Take a piece of chalk and write down. Everybody look.
Full
Clothes. Clothes. Just the thing you spend your money on. Thank you. Are there any mistakes? Is it right or wrong? Right? Yes. Thank you. Take a seat. Thank you. Kirill? Sneakers. And maybe Mars, maybe other. What category? Or maybe snacks. Sneakers or snacks? Sneakers. Sweets. Sweets. Yes, come and write down. And everybody thinks about other categories, the other things. Okay, thank you. Are there any mistakes? No. The next category. Please.
So I'm a teenager, but not now, but I like to spend like most of my money on books.
Can you write it on the blackboard, please? Books. What books do you like? Science fiction or maybe?
Yeah, it's like science books, not a fiction, not like a typical literature.
Serious books. Thank
Yeah,
you.
kinda.
Roman, maybe you? What do you like to spend your money on? Nikita? Any other ideas? Denis? Vladislav?
sometimes I like go to the cinema.
Cinema, okay, can you write it down? Maybe we will write down a category. Cinema, concerts, football matches. What is the common word for this?
It's like free time.
Free time or maybe entertainment maybe. But you may write down just cinema, okay? Write it down. And Elizabeth? I'm sorry, I can't see. Denis?
I like to spend my money in shops for one time a month.
What do you like? And what do you buy in shops when you go to the shop?
Some clothes and computer games.
Some clothes, we have clothes. Write down games, okay? Write it down, games. Clothes and games. Thank you so much. You may take a seat. You can see things Russian teenagers spend their money on. Do you know anything about the British teenagers? What do they spend their money on? Do you know anything? You are going to listen to some teenagers, and your task is to define the ways how to earn money. But before listening, you will open your textbooks and we will read, we will scan the text. Open your textbooks at page 28, page 28. You can see the text, and our task is to find some information about British teenagers. We spoke about Russian teenagers, and our task is to find information about British teenagers. Scan the text, and your task is to find 4 categories. Also, you may use exercise number 2. There are also some useful words in it. So, do you have any ideas? Scan it very quickly. You don't need to read all the text, just to find the answer. What do British teens spend their money on? Please, Victor. Sweets and chocolates. Let's look. You're right, sweets and chocolates. The next, you may look in exercise 2 also. There are some variants there. Sweets and chocolates. What else? Game consoles and what? Game consoles. And what? Look. Game consoles is here. And what else? Mobile phones, yes. And one more category. Can you find it? Clubs. What else? Look in the text. Scan the text. There is an answer here in the text. Can you find it? Number 2. Look, it also can help. Number 2. No variants. Some teenagers like extreme sports. Yes, and you can see it. You can see it on the whiteboard. Now, what do you think about the rating? What do most of teens like to spend their money on? What about lots of teens, few teens, and so on? What is the most popular between teens? What is the most popular? According to this text, find this information. What is the most popular? The most popular, find it. Vika, can you come to the blackboard? Come here, please. The whiteboard. And I offer you to write it down right here in this chart. I'm sorry, right here. This. And this is sweets. These are sweets and chocolates. Let's write it down. And your task is to find the second, what is in the second place. Sweets and chocolates. The next. According to the categories we have told about, we spoke about sweets. What else? What else? Mobile phones. The next. Extreme sports and games. We have sweets and chocolates. Look in the text. The second place. What is in the second place? Vlad, what do you think?
Maybe mobile phone.
Can you write it down? Can you write it down? Sweets and chocolates is in the first place, and mobile phones, this is the second place. And you are going to find what is in the third place. We have extreme sports and games. What do you think? Extreme sports? Games. Please, Sergey. Can you come and write down? Thank you, Vlad. Can you come and write down? Games. And 12% of teenagers. Lisa, can you write it? Please. There. Take it and write down. So tell me, please, how many teenagers like to spend their money on sweets and chocolates? Sergey, how many? 30%. Thank you. How many teenagers spend their money on mobile phones? Dennis?
26%.
Nikita, how many teenagers spend their money on games?
Computer games.
How many? Look, how many? 10, 12, 11, 1, 2, 3%. How many percent? Can you help, Vladislav? 18? 18%. And what about extreme sports? Maybe Sonia? 12% like to spend. Okay, and now there are a lot of things that British and Russian teenagers like to spend their money on. Let's compare them. Tell me, what do both British and Russian teens like to spend their money on? Vika, both. Wait, I'm sorry.
Clothes and sweets and chocolates.
Clothes, sweets, and chocolates. Thank you. Now, look in your textbooks again at exercise number 5 in your textbooks, and let's find the categories we haven't told about, we haven't mentioned. What else? Clothes, books, cinema, shoes as sneakers. What else?
DVDs, CDs.
DVDs and CDs. What else, Dennis? Can you add anything? Number 5, please, Vlad.
Bus fares.
Bus fares, that's right. Roma?
Magazines, books.
Thank you. Nikita?
Household,
Just a second.
computer games.
Computer games and what, Vlad?
Household bills.
Household, okay. Any other ideas, Alexander? Eating out, cafe, restaurants, and so on. And now, there are a lot of things teenagers can spend their money on, but where can they get their money to spend on these things? You are going to listen to 3 teenagers who will talk about the ways they earn money, they get their money. And your task is to tell me 3 ways how they can get money. Is it clear? Yeah? Let's listen.
Here is what some teenagers say. 1.
I can never resist buying the latest fashions, and I eat out with my friends at least once a week. I guess I'm quite rich for a teenager. I earn £50 a week from my weekend job, and my parents give me an extra £20. Patricia, 15, Swansea.
2.
I am a first-year university student, and I have to survive on my student loan, which is £70 a week. It's not really enough. I had a credit card, but I cut it off. I spend my money on snacks, bus fares, going to the gym, and going out. Hayley, 19, Middlesex.
3.
I'm football crazy. I follow my team wherever they play. My parents give me £20 a week pocket money, and I earn an extra £40 a week helping my dad in his shop. Lee, 14, Manchester.
So what about 3 ways British teenagers can earn their money? Where can they get them?
On a part-time job.
Part-time job, yeah, that's right. This is the first answer. You're right, Victoria. This is part-time job. The next. What have you listened to?
Pocket money.
And from what or from who?
From parents.
From their parents. Yeah, you're right again. From their parents they get. And the third way, the third way, teenagers get their money from parents. A student loan. Yeah, that's right. Are they the same way in Russia? What is the most popular in Russia? Parents, part-time job, or student loan? Parents, yes, this is the most popular. And what about part-time job and student loan? Not very popular, yes, that's right. So we can see that British teenagers can get their money from student loan, part-time job and parents, and Russian teenagers just from parents and somebody from part-time job. By the way, what else can we do with the money? I offer you to look at the blackboard again and to revise some words connected to the money. Actions, actions. The first, what is it? What do you think? Actions? Actions with money. Which action? Action, action. Go, spend, what? Action? Work. And when we work, we earn money. Yeah, that's right. The next picture, look. The next picture. Don't forget about your hands, okay? Please save. Let's check. Yeah, that's right. You're so smart. Kirill, maybe you will tell us about the next picture. Waste, yes, she's wasting her money. The next picture. When you go to the shop, you can see a thing and a price. And what is the action? What is the action? Cost. Wonderful. One more. Pay. And lend. And the last is borrow. Yeah, that's right. Wonderful. You know all the words. And next task for you is to use these words in the sentences. You may find them in your textbooks, exercise 6, but you will write down them in your booklets. Open it. You can find exercise number 1 there. Exercise number 1. You can see 7 sentences and you can see 7 gaps here. Write down your answers. Which of these actions are in the gaps? Fill in the gaps. Sergey, can you read the words? Can you read the words which we will use?
Waste, pay, cost, lend, borrow, save.
Okay, you have 1 minute. 1 minute, okay? 1 minute. Do this task. If you have any difficulties with the words, if you don't know the translation of some words, you may ask me. You can see them here, in your booklets and in your textbooks too. Write them down there. Kirill is ready, I can see. Kirill, you're the fastest. Does it always happen on the lessons of English? And who is the second after you? Maybe Vlad? Maybe. And sometimes Vlad is the first, maybe. I can see that some of you have done the exercise. Sonia, do you need any help? Do you need any help? Which words you don't know? Sergey, do you need my help? No. Are you going to? Are you ready to check? No. So your time is over. Your time is over. Stop, please. Stop. And check yourself. Check yourself. Find the mistakes in your answers. Find the mistakes. Look. Check yourself. Tick plus or minus. Tick plus or minus. Plus if you're right, minus if you're not right, and correct your mistakes. Correct your mistakes if you have them. So who has no mistakes? Other people. Wonderful, wonderful. Who has one or two mistakes? And for which students this exercise was very difficult? Are there? Very difficult. Which sentences were the most difficult for you, Vlad? Which sentences were the most difficult?
Like exercise 3.
Sentence 3. Kirill, and you? It wasn't difficult. Nikita, what was the most difficult for you? Sentence 1, 2, 3. Where have you got mistakes? Number 3. Now I offer you to, I suggest acting out some dialogues. You can see that these sentences are the questions. And you will ask your classmates, and your classmates will answer. Please, Elizabeth, will you read the first question, and Sergey will answer, okay? Please, Elizabeth, read. Sorry. Credit card. How do you pay for the things?
I pay for cash.
In cash. In cash. Can you see? The second question. Vladislav will read and Sonia will answer. Sonia, do you have the right question, the right answer? This, Vlad, read it.
Do you ever lend money to your friends?
Yes or no? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Do you lend your money? Sometimes your friends don't have money, and you take your money and give. Yes. Thank you. The next, Dennis, will you read the question and Vika will answer?
Do you ever borrow money from
Yes, I do.
The next, please, Kirill, will you read the question and Anastasia will answer?
Do you save up to buy something you want and resemble a new one?
Yes, I do. The fifth question, Nikita will read and can I look at your card, please? Can I look? And Igor will answer. Please, Nikita.
Do you think teenagers
Do you think teenagers waste their money on things? Thank you. And Roman will read and Alexander will answer. Please, Roman.
Which of the things you buy cost a lot and which are reasonably priced?
I don't buy things that cost a lot.
Thank you. And number 7, maybe anyone of you would like to read? Number 7. Please, Anastasia will read and who will answer? Who will answer? And Vika will answer. Okay, please, girls.
Do you have a part-time job to earn extra money?
Thank you. Now you may take away your textbooks, and look at the whiteboard again. You can see that there are a lot of things we can spend our money on. But we don't have enough time sometimes for this, and we don't have enough money sometimes. And now I suggest playing the game. But at first, let's turn back to our topic of the lesson. What is the topic of our lesson? Who can tell me this?
How do teenagers stay on their mind?
Vladislav, what do you think? Do the teenagers always spend their money wisely? Do they always buy the things they need, or maybe sometimes they waste their money?
I think there are sometimes waste.
There's sometimes waste. Anastasia, what do you think? Do teenagers always spend their money wisely, or maybe sometimes they buy some things they don't need at all?
I think maybe spend.
Sometimes they spend their money, or they always spend money wisely. Sometimes or always? Sometimes. And what about you? Can you tell me, do you always buy only the things you need? Sometimes you waste your money, sometimes. And what are the category of things you waste your money on?
I think clothes,
Mhm.
maybe cosmetics.
Clothes. I suggest playing the game, and to see, can you spend your money wisely or not? You can see some categories. Who can read the categories? Dennis, can you read the categories? Which categories have you got?
Traveling.
Traveling, what else?
It's
No, just read the names of the categories. Traveling,
ways.
what?
Ways.
Clothes. Just read. Traveling, the next. Entertainment.
Magazines.
Clothes. As for you, what do you like to spend your money on these categories?
Spend my money for clothes, traveling, food and drinks.
Like spend my money, not like spending money on. Don't forget about it. Not for, but on. And what about Elizabeth? What do you like to spend your money on these categories?
Spending money
I like spending money on
clothes and traveling.
clothes and traveling. That's okay. And maybe Sonia. Sonia, what do you like to spend your money on?
I like to spend my money
Spending my money on
on
clothes. Now, you make two teams. It's a game, and you will be the first team, and you will be the second team. We have two banks, because this game is related to money. Two banks. This is the bank of the first team, and this is the bank of the second team. What do you think about the money? Which kind of money will we use? Look at the pictures. Which kind of money? Bitcoins. What do you think about this type of money? I don't give you the real money. Why? How is it related to the situation in the world now? Sergey, maybe you know? No? Dennis, do you know?
No.
Have you heard anything about coronavirus?
Like about banks where they are, like, don't have money.
And what else?
Economical situation. Like the coronavirus as well.
And also, when you go to the shop, what will you use? Electronic money or real money, according to this situation of coronavirus, Vika?
We usually use like our not real money.
Yes, because it's safer than the real money. And you can see that each team has the same amount of bitcoins, 600 bitcoins. Also, you will work in team, and I remember, and you remember that sometimes in our real life we have lots of things to spend our money on. Yeah? When you go to the shop, you can see snacks, sweets, clothes, makeup, maybe anything else, something else. But sometimes we don't have enough money or enough time to choose all of these categories. And I suggest you to choose one of this category, one category in your team and one category in this team, in the second team. But how can we choose which team will be the first? I think the coin will help us. Have you heard anything about heads and tails? Have you heard anything about... Vladislav, can you come here to me? Heads or tails? Heads or tails? Heads. And you have tails. It will be head, and this will be tails. Can you decide which team will be the first? Heads or tails? Tails. So you will be the second. Thank you. Thank you so much. So which category will you choose? The first team. Which category will you choose? Discuss. Just one. 600 for all of you, for all the team, for the whole team. Which one? Traveling. Okay, you will do the task about traveling. And what is your category? Entertainment. That's okay. So I will start with traveling. Traveling. Have a look. Just a second. Have a look. Traveling. I'm sorry. Just. Some technical problems. And traveling. You have 2 minutes and some materials to make a plan for 1-day trip to London. Please, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, do it. And clothes, yes? Come here, please. Everybody of your team, yeah, come here. And clothes. Entertainment, yeah, entertainment. You are going to earn some pocket money making film posters. You have these materials. You can go to Flipchart and make a poster for the film. Please make it. 2 minutes.
We need to choose one film?
Just one film and make a poster. Let's do it. You have $100, just 100. Do it very quickly. Write it down. You may write it down. Which hotel? Discuss. Which hotel? And you may put it. Try to be quick, please. Try to be quick. Write down. Okay. And how many dollars will it cost? How many dollars? $18. Do you need my help? No? Hostel? Which? Help. Choose any site to wish. You may just have dinner or just have breakfast according to your money. Not breakfast, lunch, you have only $100. Write it down. Write down. Are you ready? Who will be the first? Who will be the first team? Which transport and the coast? Which transport and the coast? Just one. I can see that you are ready. Okay. No, just one. Thank you. I can see that you are ready. You may come to your place, and one of you, maybe Denis or Vladislav, will tell us the story. Please, who? Vlad? Vladislav. So, the second team, look at Vladislav. You can see that you have great job and excellent. You will evaluate Vladislav. Please, Vladislav. Tell us about the new film. Yeah.
Now it's the same as we can saw Dune. This is a science fiction film from Denis Villeneuve.
You will evaluate.
It is set in the far future of humanity and describes travel to a dangerous desert, planet Arrakis, also known as Dune. The only source of the most valuable substance in the universe that expand human life and provides superhuman levels to thought.
Thank you. What do you think? Excellent or good? Excellent. Thank you. You may take your seat. Girls, Victoria. Yes, put it. Victoria, can you stand up and tell us about your day trip? What hotel? Just tell everybody, and you will evaluate. Tell to another group, please.
We are going to stay at because we will have like breakfast and dinner without lunch, because lunch we are planning to go sightseeing. So it will be at one bowl of coffee. It will cost $22.
Thank you, Vika. Thank you, Vika. Will you take a seat? You can see that in our life we have no time to choose every category and to spend our money to everything we need. So you can see that all these categories are in these booklets. And at home, you may choose the things you need and you want to do, and do these tasks at home. And I would like you to think about the main conclusion. Don't waste your money. Thank you. Thank you for the lesson. Thank you. Bye. Большое спасибо, ребята. Я надеюсь, что мы с вами увидимся еще на классовой части. Спасибо. До свидания. Десятое. Уважаемые члены жюри, вашему вниманию был предложен урок в 10 классе по теме «Как подростки тратят деньги». Этот урок соответствует календарно-тематическому планированию учителя. Он построен практически полностью, 90% урока построен на том материале, который в учебнике, да, и на дополнительном материале, который я привлекла для того, чтобы сделать этот урок приближенным к жизни, к реальности. На своей методической мастерской я говорила о том, что обучающиеся выстраивают свою индивидуальную траекторию образовательную в соответствии с теми целями, которые значимы именно для них. И в этом уроке я постаралась внести небольшие альтернативы. Я думаю, вы заметили, что урок мог иметь абсолютно различное продолжение, в зависимости от того, какую категорию выбирали дети. Одна команда выбрала путешествие, другая команда выбрала развлечения. Но на все из категорий у меня были продуманы и представлены задания в буклетах для них. И это было сделано для того, чтобы прийти к главному выводу о том, что у нас может быть много вещей, на которые подросток, да и любой человек может потратить деньги. Но иногда у нас не хватает времени для того, чтобы купить все, что мы хотим. И, соответственно, приходится делать важный выбор и выбирать только одну категорию или две, в зависимости от бюджета. Это я и предложила обучающимся, выбрать только одну категорию. Для того, чтобы это было им более интересно, опять же, было привлечено внимание с помощью видеоролика, с помощью заставки игры, которая сейчас очень телешоу, которая очень сейчас популярна среди подростков, «Орел и решка». Задействована была монетка как символ этой игры. Поэтому здесь я постаралась полностью построить материал, приближенным к реальной жизни. Структура урока соответствует требованиям федерального государственного образовательного стандарта. Обучающиеся были введены, я ввела обучающихся, погрузила в тему урока, обратившись к их непосредственному жизненному опыту. Я рассказывала о том, откуда я приехала, о том, что это был купеческий город, и что купцы обращались умело с деньгами. И начала задавать вопросы о том, как они тратят свои деньги, есть ли у них карманные деньги. Мы сравнили российских подростков и британских подростков, насколько различаются их категории в тратах. Также мы составили график. Этот график очень важен. Почему? Потому что с данного учебного года в ЕГЭ по иностранному языку внесены существенные изменения. Изменена письменная часть, одно из заданий. Если раньше сочинение, развернутое высказывание с элементами рассуждения писалось по определенной теме, теперь оно пишется по определенному графику. То есть дан либо график, либо какая-то диаграмма, на основании которого обучающиеся должны уметь делать определенные выводы и высказывать свою позицию. Поэтому я постаралась включить сюда и задания такого типа, потому что у нас пока мало материалов и мало ким, которые могли бы помочь нам работать с заданиями подобными, с графиками. Данный урок был направлен на достижение таких планируемых результатов, как, во-первых, личностные. Это бережное отношение к деньгам. Все-таки 10 класс, у подростков уже достаточно возможностей самим заработать где-то деньги, и дети об этом говорили. Кто-то говорил, что он подрабатывает, как печатает тексты, да, то есть они не стеснялись, говорили об этом. Причем я у них спрашивала, не является ли это тайной для того, чтобы чтобы ребенку было комфортно рассказать об этом, чтобы он не стеснялся. Но они рассказывали. И поэтому бережное отношение к деньгам – это один из личностных результатов, которые я планировала достичь на этом уроке. Далее это, естественно, личностный результат – это развитие мотивации обучающихся к дальнейшей творческой и учебной деятельности. Для этого я использовала современные фильмы, современные передачи и их личностный опыт. Что касается предметных результатов, то здесь основной целью для меня было развитие лексических навыков. Тренировалась лексика по теме «Подростки и деньги», причем тренировалась в абсолютно разных формах речевой деятельности, и в чтении, и в аудировании, и в монологической, и в диалогической речи. То есть подростки сначала вспомнили слова, эти слова им известны, они не новы. Поэтому я им предложила картинки, и мы актуализировали имеющиеся у них знания. А затем мы использовали их в новой ситуации, мы выполнили упражнения в учебнике, причем в форме диалога. Не просто так мы вставили эти слова в учебнике, а в форме диалога, в режиме непосредственно диалога, мы с ними проработали и это упражнение. Кроме того, на данном уроке я хотела достигнуть и метапредметных результатов. Тоже в своей методической мастерской я говорила о том, что стараюсь своих учеников готовить к реальной жизни. И прежде всего уметь ориентироваться в информационном пространстве. Здесь были задействованы различные типы информации. То есть обучающиеся извлекали информацию из текстов, из аудиотекстов, из буклетов, из графиков. То есть были задействованы абсолютно разные источники информации. И я надеюсь, вы видели, что все они умело пользуются уже этими источниками информации для построения собственного высказывания. Следующий метапредметный результат, которого я пыталась достигнуть, это формирование умения, совершенствование, уже 11 класс, конечно, совершенствование умения использовать логические операции, анализ, синтез, обобщение, сравнение. Здесь мы сравнивали подростков британских и российских. Ну и, естественно, метапредметным результатом было и формирование умения строить осознанное речевое высказывание в соответствии с коммуникативной ситуацией, которая им давалась. И были использованы различные технологии. Да, хорошо. Все, 13-15, правильно мне? Ой, 15-15. Все, I'm sorry. Извините. Хорошо, все. Слушай, с удовольствием. Извините, пожалуйста.
Коллеги, пожалуйста. Поэтому вопросы лаконично.
Да, конечно. У меня тут много вопросов. Обязательно. У меня много вопросов, но задам вот такой. Ваша тема, вопрос, который вы поставили, как подростки тратят деньги. Да? Как тема урока связана вот с тем последним заданием, которое выполняли дети. То есть в данном случае они выполняют даже постер, и задать вопросы о жилье и так далее.
Дело в том, что он был построен, этот материал, в частности, допустим, путешествие, на материале программы «Орел и решка», когда один из участников получает $100, и ему следует разработать себе маршрут, учитывая отель, размещение, кафе, питание, осмотр каких-то достопримечательностей и транспорт. Он должен распланировать бюджет, потратив ровно $100. Это и было на карточке, то есть обучающимся был дан материал, в котором был список отелей, список кафе и ресторанов, список транспортный и список достопримечательностей. И они могли на $100 разработать маршрут.
Этого задания у нас не было, спасибо. Если позволяет время, еще маленький вопрос. Вы отметили, что вы работаете с графиками, с диаграммами. Также я обратила внимание на то, что вы постарались сравнить, на что тратят деньги российские подростки, британские подростки. А работая с графиками, с диаграммами, с такими заданиями, сравнениями, делаете ли вы, строите ли вы работу так, чтобы дети делали какие-то выводы?
Да, обязательно строю. Здесь я предложила им уже готовые процентные соотношения, и на основе текста нужно было расставить категории в том порядке, в соответствии с порядком популярности среди подростков. Они расставили в соответствии с популярностью и затем сказали, на что тратят больше всего подростки денег, на что на втором месте, что на третьем месте.
Когда вы сравнивали российских подростков и британских?
Мы нашли категории, которые вместе. Одежда.
Вы сделали этот вывод?
Я чуть-чуть, да.
Британские и российские.
Британские, российские. Мне кажется, одежду они назвали. Я не все, конечно, все не назвали, но одежда... Спасибо, да.
Еще один вопрос все-таки. Сверх времени. Или достаточно? Спасибо.
Спасибо большое. Спасибо.